Ay, kumusta po?
Hello. I didn't realize that the Zoom link I sent out last night had last night's date.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, so I was like, dang it. I was like looking in my Zoom today and I was like, how come it's not here?
Oh, I read the email this time.
Malo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the other people are gonna join because I think Josh had something and then the kind has practice or a game or whatever.
Okay.
We'll wait a couple minutes. And then I'll record it and then they can watch the recording.
Fun. So Noah's gonna do the last chance qualifier.
I heard. That's
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. He's sticking around. I hope he quals. Then we can have somebody else. Because right now it's just me and Sam.
Josh and the kind might go. And if they don't, it would bump down to Maddox and Landy.
That's true. Hopefully. I hope Josh goes.
Hmm?
I hope Josh goes.
He's still thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'll just wait like 2 more minutes. But if nobody else comes on, then we'll just get started.
Okay, that works.
Does it say on your screen recording?
Yeah, it says it's recording.
Cool. Are your parents with you?
Yeah, my mom is watching.
Hey, these children. Hi.
Hi. Oh my God. Sorry. Hello.
Hello.
Are our parents supposed to be in this?
Yes, but I will also record it so that they can.
Oh, okay, okay. Hi, Chanel. Oh, maybe she's away from her. Oh, hello, hello.
I'm here.
Okay.
I saw Josh's text just now, so I'm like, so you gonna come on? But I think he was recording something at school.
I told Josh about this Zoom a long time ago. I told him about it this morning, throughout the day today.
Because I think Sammy has practice, yeah, or a game or something.
Practice. He has practice.
Yeah.
So if we have like a firm answer about whether or not we're going, do I tell you now or do I tell you later?
Up to you.
I'll just sit in here because it's always good to be informed.
Okay. Okay. And then we can talk after we talk.
And then we can talk.
Come on, Ivory.
I cannot. I'm supposed to be in Disneyland.
Oh Lord.
But Josh, you better be there. I'll jack you by your ear.
We'll see.
Dog, when are you gonna make up your mind?
Very politician of him to say that kind of answer.
True.
Well, perhaps after this meeting, we will have more decisions. But we'll get started. Hello, welcome. Thank you for reading your emails and being
Always.
present. But we're gonna talk about nationals, the national tournament. Mahalo. If parents are watching, thank you so much. But we will also send this out because I know sometimes, you know, Zoom, that's one of the benefits is we can watch recordings later on. But today we're going to be talking about the national experience, the national schedule, paperwork, and of course, our favorite, the cost. But first and foremost, congratulations. A major achievement, of course, for all of you, especially because we have 3 champions on screen right now. And then, of course, Sam, who couldn't be here, also did a fabulous job as he's at practice right now. But congratulations, everybody. Your talent, hard work, and dedication have awarded you the next level of competition. So be proud of all of your achievements. We're definitely proud of you and excited, especially because I know some of you were able to compete in the virtual national tournament, but traveling to nationals is kind of a whole nother thing. So very exciting opportunity. So the nationals experience, there are over 6,000 competitors from over 1,500 schools. And eventually at the end or culmination of the tournament, there will be 52 champions across all categories. Obviously, our parent organization, NSTA, hosts the national tournament. It is the largest academic event in the world. So very awesome experience. And it does get pretty intense. It is a marathon, so make sure that you are prepared because it is many rounds of competition, 5 preliminary rounds for speech and 6 preliminary rounds for debate. It is obviously going to be the first live tournament that any of us have competed in the last 2 years or after the last 2 years. So a little crazy. We might be having to reteach ourselves.
My first time ever competing in person.
Or for the first time, teach yourself to compete in person, yes. There will be limited observers, which I'll get into later on in the slides, as well as opportunities to do supplementals. So for some of us, I know maybe we qualified, we weren't in exactly our top choice of category to compete in, but there are other opportunities of categories to compete in at the national level. Supplemental categories, supplemental events that we have had people do very well at in the past. So people have sometimes channeled their energy towards those events versus their main categories. You still have to compete in your main category, but supplemental events can be just as fruitful as main category events. Lots and lots of competition from the best students all around the country, obviously. So definitely in terms of wanting to see what our chops would stand up to as we kind of see what different styles are around the country is a great experience. Also, wanting to learn from people, wanting to maybe like prepare ourselves for future years of competition, underclassmen. But usually this is like the culmination opportunity, kind of what we've been striving for, right? To be able to try to get on that final round stage and participate at the highest level of competition. Now, not to intimidate you, there definitely are participants who, when you compete against them, you may notice that maybe they're not what you expected. So there are kind of all levels of competition, right? Because you think about students from different districts, maybe some students who are new also to speech and debate. So don't count yourself out just because we are amongst the best of the best, because you are the best of the best, right? That's how you earn this seat to be here. So like I have listed here, we are a competitive team, right? We've had national champions before. We've had people break into out rounds multiple times, right? We've had top 60 competitors, even in like last year during the pandemic, right? In fact, Josh was one of those along with David. So it's definitely something that can be achievable with the right amount of work and energy. Yeah, so don't be intimidated because, oh, this is the national level. Like, can I hack it here? Like, yes, you can. You just have to have the confidence to do that. And that's one of the biggest things that you'll notice. The difference in competition is the people at the national level tend to perform with this like air of confidence, partially because that's how they're trained to perform, but also because they do this like twice or three times as much as we do, right? They compete every single weekend pretty much. And sometimes it's for multiple days, multiple rounds. So they're a little more exercised than we are, but that doesn't mean that we can't prepare to compete at their level or better. So just an overview to kind of get you in the mindset. So I didn't put the schedule of when exactly we be traveling out on here. This is just the competition schedule, but typically we would leave the Friday before. So that is June 10th. We'd fly out that day so that we have some time to kind of acclimate to the time change. It's not a huge amount of time, but we'd get in probably Saturday, get situated at the hotel, kind of check out the competition venues, get, familiar with the area so that we're feeling confident about our competition. And then on Sunday, technically the tournament starts. There's no rounds of competition that day, but there is the registration and an expo. So that's your opportunity. There will be several colleges there. There's people who publish interpretation scripts. There's people who have speech and debate swag, people who are trying to recruit to their college programs or offer internships. So it's a great way to network and meet people. Sorry, letting somebody into the meeting. Hi, Malia. So just to recap.
Hi, I'm in the parking lot.
No problem. We are recording the meeting, so I can definitely send out the recording when we're finished. We're talking a little bit about the schedule. So I was just mentioning that we'd probably depart on June 10th, Friday, June 10th, head out, get situated. And again, that Sunday is the expo. So it's a great opportunity to meet other people. Oftentimes, a lot of our team members have like fangirled over like former national champions who are there, got to meet them, take pictures, kind of pick their brains a little bit. So it's a fun little experience. And then the competition starts on Monday. And then we kind of just go into it the whole week. So as you can see here, there are 4 preliminary rounds on Monday. Like I said, it is somewhat of a marathon as we go through the competition. You can see that the location is our categories will pretty much all be competing at Manual High School and Noy Middle School. But some of the other interpretation categories will be at University of Louisville. So Tuesday, there are 2 more preliminary rounds, but then we start breaking into out rounds. And so that's when you'll kind of find out if you're advancing in the competition. If we do not advance, that's your opportunity to then re-register for the supplemental categories. So you will let us know in advance if you're interested in a supplemental category, but we have to re-register for it once your main category competition is finished. Okay, so then you kind of get into out rounds starting Tuesday, then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are all of the out rounds. We definitely will go and attend many of the final rounds, especially Thursday night. It's just kind of a fun experience, especially watching the competition live, which we haven't been able to do in a long time. But being able to kind of be together, make our guesses of who we think is going to make it or who's going to champion and that kind of thing. And just being able to kind of see the craft at its very best is pretty awesome. And again, a fun experience to have together. Intermittently throughout the week, we'll also be doing things like, having nice fun dinners. We have some other coaches that we have connections with, so we might meet up with their teams while we're there. We've done a lot of different entertainment activities depending on what city we're in, catching a baseball game, going to a Broadway show, getting some shopping in, maybe a theme park or museum, something that's in the area. So there are opportunities like that. Of course, if you guys research on your own and find some fun stuff that you want to suggest, then we can build that into the schedule. But there will be opportunities to kind of sightsee and enjoy the area in addition to competition. So I was glad to see that the NSTA actually has some health and safety protocols that they're implementing in the tournament. Obviously, because it is the first time we're returning to in-person and obviously on a huge scale as we move into this competition. So one, all participants must be vaccinated. There is a form that you can get an exception, but I think because of all of our activities over the course of the year, all of you are. But everybody from coaches, judges, participants, all should be vaccinated to participate unless they have an official approved exemption. Everybody should also be wearing masks while indoors. Performers have the option of taking off their mask to perform, but they can also keep it on and shouldn't receive a penalty if they choose to do so. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Everybody will receive a nationals competitor ribbon. I'm not exactly sure how it's changing this time, but they must be worn throughout the competition. That was kind of always the case, but I think they're going to enforce it a little more this year because it's also like an identifier that you're an approved person to be participating in the tournament, right? So again, another safety protocol. And then the final one is that they're limiting observers to the rooms. So their observers have to, one, be vaccinated, follow the mask mandate, but additionally, each room will probably only have a certain number of chairs in it. So in addition to competitors and judges, just to ensure that numbers kind of stay at a safe level as people perform. So I thought that was good that they're implementing, you know, some of these health protocols to make sure we're being safe while we compete. So a number of items on your end that you would have to make sure you're kind of keeping track of and getting turned in. One, confirm your travel plans, of course. So if we need to talk story, we're still trying to like figure out, should I, shouldn't I, is this the right choice for me kind of thing. Like let's have a conversation about that soon so we can hopefully confirm your travel plans or, you know, let other people know that they are eligible to attend. Excuse me, something. There is an entry release form. Orders and interpreters, of course, you have your verification paperwork to do. That's not new to us. On the KS side of things, there is a permission to participate form that has to be completed, a medical care and release form, student behavior notice and acknowledgement, and then if you have additional travel plans, like you're gonna travel there with the group, but you're gonna leave and fly back separately or fly to a different location, or you have Ohana who live in the area that you wanna go visit, right? Which is totally fine. It's just that you need to make sure that you complete this permission for alternate transportation and to leave the group paperwork. So we have official documentation of like where you are, where you're going, kind of thing. Okay, and the cost. So this is a rough estimate. Part of it is based on the number of confirmed travelers. Part of it was based on the travel at the time when I was looking up different things. So because you have earned a spot to compete at the national tournament, Kamehameha will be covering 50% of your travel costs, airfare, ground transportation, your hotel accommodations, food. So all of that will be 50% deducted and covered by Kamehameha because, you know, they want to honor the fact that you earned your way to this competition. Entertainment costs, however, will not be covered by KS. So a rough estimate, you can see here the total trip cost, including airfare, hotel, food, ground transportation, and additional chaperones, travel fees will be $3,770, but $1,885 after the 50% deduction. So again, these are high estimates. So hopefully it'll go down with fundraising, if more people make it into the tournament, that kind of thing, because then the fees are kind of dispersed a little more. But again, a good opportunity as Kamahima is covering part of the cost for everyone. So it is a wonderful experience. Again, it's been a long time since we've gone. 2 years is not long, but it seems long when I think of it. But being there, kind of feeling the excitement, the pressure, meeting people, networking, right? Having all of those experiences is kind of a once in a lifetime thing, something that you're probably never gonna get to do again for some of us who this is our sunset year on speech and debate. So a great opportunity to, you know, honor the work that you've put in, travel with the team, have a fun experience, a last hurrah, if you will, or to get perspective and inside knowledge as we prepare for future years on the team. So you've definitely earned it. You've earned this opportunity. And I know there's probably still a lot to consider and discuss, but I hope that you consider participating in the national tournament. Again, it's kind of a once in a lifetime experience. So if anybody has any questions, I'm open for that now, or if you'd rather like talk story offline or afterward, let me know. Any questions, anybody? No? Again, when we, oh, you're gonna.
How many bags can we bring?
Usually I think we allow 1 check-in bag. Unless you're an info person, then you get 2 because one of them has to be your info.
LOL.
Any other questions? Anybody? If not, again, thank you so much for being here. I will, oh, thanks. I will send out the recording as well as a copy of the slides. Pretty much the first step is just confirming your travel. Obviously, we understand that it could change. So if you tell me today, like, yep, I'm gonna go, and then next week you're like, just kidding, I cannot. That's okay. It's just that once we start making purchases for travel, then you're kind of locked in, right? Then you're gonna have to assume cost responsibilities. Like if we book your airfare and you're like, just kidding, I cannot go now, then you'd have some things to deal with. But also the sooner we can confirm, the sooner we can move forward, whether that's booking your travel or notifying other competitors that they might be eligible to travel. So if there are any questions, I'll stick around. Again, I'll send this out to everybody. But congratulations, exciting. So thank you so much, everyone. I know I kind of blazed through the information. So if anybody wants to talk more in depthly about anything, let me know. Shoot me an email, give me a call or text, or I'll hang out. But if not, then you are free to go. Mahalo.